Well, hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. Anyway, let's get a Clearlake, California fishing report in for, let's just call it mid-August. Anyway, let's get a look at in the Oaks. You can see I call this pea soup. This isn't exactly what you'd call the blue-green algae. There is some of that that's in the Oaks, but this is the pea soup, and this stuff, it just blows in daily. It's in and out, but this stuff doesn't stink. The blue-green algae actually stinks, but fortunately this stuff doesn't. Clear Lake's got a smell to it. We were gone for a few days, Red Bluff, babysitting grandbabies, and when you come home after being gone for a few days, that smell will kind of slap you in the face, but living here you get used to it. But it looks disgusting, but the fish don't seem to mind it at all. You can see the water's gone down probably, it's averaging four inches a week, and that's Yolo County taking their water, and they're just being real consistent. I don't know how far they can take it down, but fortunately my my boat dock still has enough water on it that the ramp works for the bass boat, and I don't see us having to take the boats off the future. But anyway, let's get to the fishing. I told you guys that I was excited about bringing you guys a fishing report this week, because I had a couple buddies up here this week fishing, and they had an interesting time. I'll give you feedback on what I've had going too. But as far as my buddies, they were really hit and miss. The first day, one of my buddies, Chris Perez, he's a Delta rat, so he loves flipping and punching and all that sort of stuff, but he also loves topwater, and he found a golden mat. He said it was only about a 30-yard stretch, but he had about 27 pounds on frogs, and he said he could not duplicate that bite anywhere else at all. And he said he made the unfortunate mistake of telling all of his buddies about it, and they just kind of blew the spot up, and the pressure turned that bite off. But another thing that they all did pretty good. This is just a combination of what all the guys told me. They all caught bass on the chatterbait really well, and most of them were targeting the kind of isolated pieces of grass. And when I say isolated, I mean like 10 feet away from everything else. You'll see a black spot out there. And normally in the past that would be something that I would flip to get bit, but they were throwing glidates around them, and they were throwing the chatterbait. But the chatterbait turned out to be the number one technique for them to consistently catch fish, other than just the drop shot. But drop shot, literally, if it's been a while and you need to catch a fish, just grab the drop shot, and it's almost guaranteed if you're around them you're going to catch a fish. The drop shot is just king of the mountain right now. But me personally, I didn't spend a lot of time on the water this week because I had to go babysit the grandkids in Red Bluff, but that wasn't a bad thing. That was a blessing. But when I did get out this week, you guys may have seen the little video I posted on the underspin. I went out for 30 minutes and just got out there with that underspin. The timing was right, and just down there slow rolling that thing and wearing them out. So I'm basically just keeping that underspin in my hand because that's what's working for me. But I talked to a guy today. I went out for a little bit, throwing some top water, seeing if I could get some blow-ups in during the heat of the day, because a lot of times that's when the big bass bites. I didn't have any luck with that, but I talked to a fisherman named Mark that lives up in Glenhaven. He fishes every single day, and he says he's been having some luck on the jig. He likes fishing the ledges and stuff like that, and he's also fishing the trash fish in the underspin, and he's Ned rig and drop shot. So pretty much nothing's changing. Everything's kind of the same. We're definitely in that summertime pattern. The heat is hit and miss. Next week is just going to be super hot again, and the water conditions change a lot with that. The wind is dictating how fishable the area is going to be right now, but there's a pretty good report that the bass are starting to chew a little bit in Cache Creek. I know that I call up north, but it's actually south. There's some good bites to be had up there. And I don't want to give anybody's water away, but those are areas that you can go concentrate and find the schools. And it's still the same thing. They're schooled up. You just got to make the rounds and look for those schooled up fish. Find you 2 or 3 schools and just put them in your rotation. But as far as Clear Lake goes right now, I would, like Ross England said, Clear Lake Guide Service, I would rate it as pretty good, not excellent. It's a timing thing. You can come up here and just have a knockout day. You'd swear this fishery is tidally influenced sometimes because there's just such an on and off switch for that bite sometimes. But you're just going to have to put in your time and have a little bit of luck. But you can come up here right now and have a 25 plus pound bag. And you can come up here and get skunked. So there's a whole lot of in between. So that's one of the reasons I like to make these videos and give you guys a starting point. But if you're just coming up here looking to catch fish, have finesse on your mind. But also, you can come up here and you can grind out the flip. You can get bit with that chatterbait, and you got to have the frog tied on. And just when you see that spot where your mind tells you there's just got to be a topwater bite there, throw it, because you never know. And all I can say is, hey man, it's Clear Lake. The next cast could be the bass of a lifetime. And don't let the heat get to you. Come up here and just keep your senses with you. Just treat people the way you want to be treated. Make every fishing trip the best fishing trip of your life, and hopefully you'll get that giant. But anyway, hope this helps you guys out. And as usual, peace out.